Welcome back, everybody, from the break we just took after the great Overwatch finals that we saw between Ball State and Purdue, where Ball State won 3-2. This is going to be our first game of League of Legends. Get excited. I am Tanner Kinney, and I'm joined by I can't see your name. I'm sorry.
It's Nick Smith, man.
All right, awesome. So, yeah, League of Legends. It's about to get real interesting as we go into the last event of the Battle for Indiana Invitational Tournament. It'll be a single round robin where we will have 5 games broadcast, but it'll be 15 games over the course of the next few hours, and then we will end the day with a best of 3 between the two teams who have the highest scores. So, yeah, that's about it. I think that's everything. You feeling it? You feeling good?
Feels good to be here, man. I'm really excited for these upcoming matches.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot. I'm just really loaded with this League of Legends gameplay. Ball State, I know, is a really solid team. IU's really solid. So when we get into our first match, it's going to be these two great teams, IU versus Ball State. So on the side of Indiana University, we will have on the side of Indiana University, we'll have Wiki, the Wiki in the top lane, the Terrians in jungle, Speedy in mid lane, Emended in AD carry, and Rock Tank on support. And this team, really solid overall. A lot of good stuff happening. Really aggressive players, from what I could tell based on their OPGGs, so it's something to get excited about. And why don't you introduce the red team?
On the red side, we do actually have Ball State University. In the top lane, we have John Vertigan, in the top lane, we have C9 Revelations. In the jungle, we have John Vertigan. In the mid lane, we have Beamer. In the ADC role, we have Cherry Pops. And in the support role, actually in the ADC, we have Loki Dosi. And in the support role, we have Cherry Pops. Sorry, I was getting last year's roster mixed up in my head.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So, what can we expect from the match, you think?
So I can really say that this is probably two of the best teams in the tournament right now, League of Legends wise. I mean, this could actually probably be a preview of the finals match already that we're about to see. The other teams we need to look forward to are probably Purdue, and the other teams can obviously be competitive, but right now we need to be looking at these high-rated teams with these highly rated players.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that. From my own perspective, I think that with these two teams, we're getting into the draft right now. So, for bans, from what I was looking at, I'm pretty sure Ball State's probably going to eat a Bard ban, because I know Cherry Pops plays a lot of Bard. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Ball State ban like a Pike, and there's the Bard ban there, as expected.
Yeah. Another thing we should probably look forward to is probably a Zach ban. John Vertigan, or just we'll call him John for now. He's been playing a lot of Zach, and there it is.
And there's Ari. I know that Speedy plays a lot of Ari, so that's not too much of a surprise.
I get it.
See.
Yeah. I think we always have to look for in these collegiate level drafts is you usually just see a lot of most played spanned out. Like meta games aren't always as important when you're not playing at the highest level, and these are just diamond players. Like it's not the highest level, but it's about the highest we're gonna see without seeing the LCS. You know.
Yeah, it's very. I was thinking that when I was doing my notes. It was like Clash. You know, you look at what they play the most, and I'm not surprised to see the Shen come in for Wiki, or the Ornn for Revelations here. I know he's been practicing the Ornn, and it doesn't surprise me that they would put, because Revelations, while he's a good player, he's obviously the weaker link on the team, so it's not surprising he's going to be on Ornn duty this game.
So the first 3 picks on IU's side actually is very telling about how they're going to want to play this game. They're going to try and scale towards the mid to late game. Hecarim isn't very strong until he gets his first 2 items, maybe. And Victor, until he gets his Hex cores and maybe his first 2 items, they're not going to have a lot of combat power. So they need to try and stay back, try and farm up, get some gold, try and play for those later fights.
All right, my Discord stopped working, so you're going to have to carry for a little bit while I figure out what just happened to my Discord.
Wait, shit, I did too.
Oh, I just had to quit Discord. Well, this is unfortunate, but from what we saw in the draft, It's clear that, like you said, IU is going to be playing more aggro. They're gonna scale, try to team fight. And I saw the Alistar ban come in onto the support on IU's side, which is not Rock Tank, which is not surprising because Rock Tank seems to be playing a lot of engaged supports, which, you know, I'm more of an enchanter player myself, but I do appreciate a good engaged support. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rock Tank pull out a Blitzcrank or a Thresh. I'm not sure what Cherry Pops is going to pull out though. We have not seen.
So what I saw.
Have we seen the support league on the side of BSU? Sorry.
We did see a Zillion, but it could be a Zillion mid pick.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing we should probably look for is Ball State is a very bot-centric team. They play a lot around their bot lane. They're always supporting them, having jungle pressure around that bot lane. And seeing the Ornn, seeing the possible mid-Zillion is very telling about how they want to play around their star player, Loki Dosi.
Yeah,
this
Loki
guy
Dosi
is a mechanical god.
Yeah, I saw Vayne main. Always respect the Vayne main. And yeah, the bot lane looks insane for Ball State. So I wouldn't be surprised to see IU either attempt to target it with Speedy, maybe picking Speedy picked Victor. So I don't know. So I'm having to update Discord. So yeah. Oh geez.
Please bear with us right now. We're having just a bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah. Bear with us. We're trying. We're having a. All right. Well, while we're waiting here. Okay, I actually do have the stream up. So, the draft is finished for both teams. The blue side's going to be Shen, Hecarim, Victor, Caitlyn, Karma, and then the red team is going to be Ornn, Skarner, Zillion, Ashe, and Braum. All right, here's the stream.
All right.
Hold up. Oh, shoot, I closed out of it. Oh my goodness.
It's again, like I said, just seeing the Braum pick is extremely even more indication that they are going to want to play around this bot lane. They're going to want to get this Ashe ahead, and Ashe has an enormous front line in front of her to allow her just to free fire on the enemy team.
Yeah, and it's not surprising to see Loki Dosi on the Ashe. Ashe is just a really good pick right now. I wonder when they pick the Caitlyn in draft, because I know Ashe is a really good pick into Caitlyn, so it would be interesting to see when that happened. But the Skarner, the Skarner was picked before. It was like second pick, right?
Yeah, it was picked pretty early in the draft.
Yeah,
you know, I'm finding it like harder and harder to believe how IU is going to try and play team fights, if they try to play team fights at all. I know Shen has a winning solo lane against Ornn throughout the game, so I don't know if split pushing with the Shen is a good option for them, but team fighting seems really rough for them when you have a Zillion and Ashe that you just almost can't kill when your comp is mainly based around diving and zone control. Yeah,
and honestly, like, I do agree, but also Ball State's team is really lacking in damage. Like that's sort of very, very like not the most amazing of analysis right there, but Ornn may be Mage, Death Knight, Paladin, Bruiser, Wizard, Warlock, you know. He may do everything, but he doesn't deal a lot of damage in team fights necessarily. Skarner eventually will just become an Impale bot. Zillion's not going to be pumping out mad DPS. Braum's obviously not going to pump out mad DPS. So we're hoping... Oh, okay. All right. Cool, Discord. Yeah, just block the stream, Discord. Really appreciate it. Oh. Hold up. It seems that technical issues may have been solved. But yeah, it's really exciting stuff. I think this is going to be a really scrappy game as we get later into it, and it's going to be exciting. Any other thoughts?
It seems like both teams have kind of the same way they want to play out this game. The early game, we're probably actually not going to see too much action. Hecarim is going to do his usual thing in power farming, and Skarner's going to probably do the exact same thing. They're probably both trying to get to 6. They're probably both trying to look for small edges, maybe getting 1-2 camps up. And none of the lanes seem that explosive to the point where we're going to see like a lot of solo kills. The skill discrepancies aren't too big, so it's going to be fun to see. We should probably definitely be looking towards these dragons, towards these objectives in the mid game. That's when we're probably going to be seeing a lot of action.
Yeah, especially because IU is obviously going to want to fight with the Hecarim and the Shen, looking for solid engages. And then, you know, we're gonna have some solid late game with the Caitlyn. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting stuff. All right. Ooh, and we're cracking into it right now.
Game.
Yeah. And once again, the rosters are going to be Shen, Hecarim, Victor, Caitlyn, and Karma versus Ornn, Skarner, Zillion, Ashe, and Braum. So
something really common to see in the beginning of just about any game is the regular 5 point. You have basically your entire team watching every point in River, making sure no teams can get any edge with vision or anything like that. But it seems like Ball State might be doing a bit of a cheese.
Ooh, like to see a little bit of cheese, but IU doesn't have a lot of vision on what's happening right now, so... Oh, yep, they're waiting in the bush. They're looking. They're spamming emotes. Nope, doesn't look like anything's gonna happen right now.
This might actually have some ramifications. If you look at the minimap, Hecarim and Shin did push in and get a ward on the Raptors, so they're gonna have a good amount of information on where the Skarner might be starting.
Yeah, sure. That'll give him good information on where, if Skarner goes for an early gank, where he's gonna end up, or which scuttle he might end up on. Oop, getting a little poke out, little tickle onto the Ornn. He's not gonna, he's gonna feel it for a little bit, but he's just gonna regen that back up.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how
they're going.
Plays this. Oh, they're going in.
Oh, they're going in. Volley does go out, and the Mantra Q will land a little bit of damage, but just straight back. They're gonna go for the invade. They're actually gonna engage onto the red buff right now. So all the Q lands from Caitlyn. There's a lot of poke coming out, but it doesn't look like IU can fight this. They're gonna smite it out, and that's gonna be a buff steal for Vertigan. A pretty solid lead to start out to the game for the Skarner.
And that's a pretty common thing. A lot of we see a lot of times. It's called a late invade, where you sit around, you wait for the buff to almost get up, and if the enemy hasn't actually done their homework and kept an eye on for where you're starting as level 1, you could actually do a surprise late invade there. And now Hecarim's just walking around. He's done only his Raptors. He doesn't even have a buff yet.
Yeah, Hecarim's going to the blue buff. They might just trade. They might do some vertical jungling, trade both sides there, or maybe. Yeah, I think that might be what ends up happening. Or Skarner's just going to go for a 3 buff. Trade in top lane. Ornn getting a lot of damage out on the Shen, but the Shen's trading back. Pretty even trade there.
In this situation, it's actually not beneficial for the Hecarim. Skarner's going to get ahead in farm now. Hecarim didn't exactly react the best way he could have to that late invade. The best thing he could have done is the moment he saw it coming, the moment he recognized it, he needs to move to his top side, move to maybe Skarner's top side, take as much as he can before he has to leave.
Yeah, absolutely. And Skarner's actually going to be heading down into the bot side jungle. He might actually run into Hecarim down there, and I'm not sure about that, what's going to happen there. But Braum taking some poke. Always doesn't feel good to be the melee support in the matchup.
Got some action going on in the jungle.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, there seems to be a scuffle. Some pings going down. But, you know, more importantly, we see Ornn get the cannon minion. You gotta make sure you get your cannon minions. It's very important.
And I really don't like that Skarner did move down. His bot lane doesn't have pressure, and he's contesting a Scuttle Crab, which isn't the best. He definitely could have just taken Skarner's entire top jungle. And
Hecarim's going to get into a fight. He's going to start scuffling with Skarner, but Skarner's actually taking a ton of damage. Hecarim has a lot. The exhaust comes out from Braum. Braum's going to get walked down, have to force the flash over the traps. Caitlyn misses the pulls over Peacemaker, but everyone gets out. But that's a lot of damage coming down onto the Skarner. He's going to be forced back. That was a little dicey from Ball State right there.
Yeah, and like I said, the Skarner definitely, the best move for him to there is to just go into Hecarim's top jungle. If he just goes into Hecarim's top jungle, steals some camps, and he actually gets that top scuttle, and he loses just about nothing for it. I mean, it's hard to predict whether the Hecarim would have moved into his bot jungle to steal his camps, but he did have no pressure down there, so moving down there probably wasn't the best idea anyways.
Yeah, Ornn getting a really nice trade top lane, taking some hits out of the Shen. No potions left on the Shen's end. Meanwhile, Ornn is Ornn. He's got a biscuit. He'll be eating good tonight. For certain. Yeah, Skarner is really falling far behind the Hecarim, which is definitely not ideal, especially considering how solid of a start the Skarner had.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult when all three of your lanes are getting pushed in like this. Not having lane pressure is pretty debilitating for most junglers. Skarner falling behind isn't the worst thing in the world. He is Skarner. He is going to do the same thing he would do if he had more gold. So, I mean, this game's going to play out probably the same. The only thing we're going to notice differently is probably the Hecarim getting ahead, and the Hecarim may be more of a menace.
Yeah, you do not like to see Hecarim getting big. Especially as like a squishy player, like Ashe is not going to feel great. Hawkshot going to come out, not find anyone in the jungle, but they are going to know that there's no camps up there, so Hecarim has no business being up there.
And what that actually does for them is they know where Hecarim's going to be now. If Hecarim's not topside, where else can he be, right? He has to be bot side, and they can play around that information.
Shen going in for a trade, actually getting the better end of that, as Ornn is not recalled. Shen did end up using the TP earlier to come back with the Bomby Cinder. Bomby Cinder first, not always my personal favorite thing to pick up as a top laner, because you end up not being able to freeze as easily.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if Shen's looking to do that.
This is a pet peeve of mine. For anybody watching, if you ever play Shen, do not build Sunfire Cape. It is a trick item. Boris is tricking you.
Boris has got another one. Ooh, we got a game. Skarner's going to come in. The stun does not... He won't be able to get to the Caitlyn, get the stun. Shen's going to be coming in, and Hecarim's going to engage here. The devastating charge runs over Skarner there, and the flash taunt on the cherry pops.
Okay.
Going to rip him apart with those auto attacks. Ashe is going to get a trade back, but there's nothing that can be done. Hecarim almost gets blasted by that turret, but does sneak away. Ooh, we got Victor. They might be looking for a dive here. No, just kidding.
Okay, so let's be honest. That wasn't the most ideal gank. Oh, we got more action.
Oh, yep. Oh, there's some action happening everywhere, but we need to check on Ornn. Make sure where he is. Thank you, directed camera. Oh, there's the dragon. Hecarim's actually really low here, but there's no real way for Ball State to get on there. So the Terrians is going to get that first Drake.
Okay, so
Drake is good.
Let's be honest here. That bot gank from Skarner was a disaster. Like, you have no business ganking that when, one, you know Hecarim, who is one of the gods at counter ganking, is on bot side, and Shen is level 6. You just don't go for that.
Yeah, it seems super like a desperation play to try and push back this bot lane, because Loki Dosi and Cherry Pops are just getting perma-shoved in by the Caitlyn, which is just what Caitlyn does. And Caitlyn's going to get some early gold. She's going to get a kill. She's going to get an assist, and she's going to come back with the BF sword. And a shock dagger.
I mean, like, I get it. Skarner didn't have any camps up. He just he didn't have anything to do. So, like, I guess the best thing to do might be trying to get your bot lane ahead. But you got to think about those ramifications. Like, what can the enemy do to counter this? And the enemy countered it just the way they need
Pops
to.
Coming in mid, landed a Q, getting one auto. Mostly just gonna scare Speedy away from the wave. Zilean not farming that badly. Not that far behind, which is good to see. Recall interrupted.
And of course, this small early game lead isn't exactly telling of the game. We have seen that IU does have these pushing lanes, the better early game right now. But once we see these items coming in on the side of Ball State, they're going to be getting more powerful. They're going to be able to contest these dragons, and this one dragon lead doesn't mean entirely too much right now. Yeah,
absolutely. And more importantly is that even though the Skarner's behind right now, again, Skarner's basically the same champion every level past level 6. So, you know, he's still going to force people to buy QSS. And that's going to be a pretty bad gold hit for a team that's not that far ahead. They do have a lead, so they can maybe, if they keep pushing the lead, they could probably justify some QSSs, but it's going to have to happen eventually. Trade happening topside, getting some claps in. Again, the Skarner's coming for the return gank. The slow comes in on Karma. 1, 2, 4 hits coming in. The stun lands. Skarner's trying to step up. The impale comes down. Ashe is going to get some damage, but the ace in the hole is going to sweep around the side. Hit the Braum. Skarner goes down as well. Ashe is trying to get some damage over. Here comes Hecarim with the onslaught of shadows. Absolutely takes that fight back with the counter gank. And that's another just desperation play from Ball State on the bot side.
This is a disaster. Oh my gosh. Look, I get it. You want to keep forcing around your one carry that does a ton of damage. You want to get them ahead, but you keep getting countered. You gotta know where Hecarim is whenever you're trying to go for these plays. He's gonna counter each and every time.
Yeah, and he's gonna take a blue buff too. Just disaster in the jungle right now. You do not want to be Skarner in this situation for sure. That was a visual bug with the Caitlyn there. Oh, yep, more trades. Yeah, nothing's happening top lane. Who cares? What is Ornn gonna do?
It's just the two meatballs.
They're having a slap fight. Absolutely.
Actually, one's pretty low.
Yeah, Ornn
is in kill range.
Yeah, he is. He can be killed pretty easily. Does not have any stacks on his potion either. Does not have TP. He's looking to recall. Not that big of a surprise. Probably not going to fall that far behind either. Maybe a little bit, but you know, it's Ornn.
I mean, Shen investing in a Tiamat here was definitely a better buy than investing in a Bomby Cinder.
Yeah,
okay, if you get a Tiamat, you have infinite lane pressure. Something that Bomby Cinder also does, but it gives you so much better stats. Plus, later on, as Shen, you should be building a Randuin's Omen, which is going to do infinitely more things that an armor item can do for you than Sunfire Cape.
Look, he just wanted to build like Ornn does. Like he's cooking with he's looking for the spirit, the spectral cowl. He's gonna have a Sunfire as well. They're just brothers. They're brothers in arms here.
Yeah, it's just Sunfire Cape without all the bonus stats that Ornn gives.
Yeah, Boris gave him a 2-for-1 deal. You know, he can't beat that.
2-for-1. Honestly, Boris, you gotta stop giving these players these deals. They can't resist.
Yeah, they can't resist. A lot of plates going down for the side of Caitlyn. Not a surprise. She has the Stormrazor, so she's able to just poke really easily. And this is just the strong bot lane of Ball State is not getting the time to shine. Right
it's been a lot of unfortunate plays around them that's kind of forcing their hand. Say those bot ganks don't happen. I mean, Ashe might be a bit down in CS, but that might be it. If Skarner just sits around them and counters whenever, say, Hecarim and Victor move to maybe try and dive bot lane, then you have good counters to the plays that the enemy team is trying to make.
Ooh. Knock up. Mottos. I don't know why Directed Cam loves Ornn so much. I love Ornn too, okay? Ooh, we got a gank coming in. The slow's gonna land, but the stun from the Victor is just gonna keep him back. The Chaos Storm lands, but the Onslaught of Shadows comes in, the counter gank, and Hecarim is just so far ahead. He's absolutely shredding these two. Mantra-Q's gonna slow him down. Karma picks it up with the explosion from the Mantra-Q. The laser gonna get some poke out, and the Braum and Zilean are just gonna be limping away, and Skarner, another death on the board.
I don't know. They just keep making the same mistake over and over again. You need to know where Hecarim is. If you can just let Hecarim get the exact situation he wants, when you burn your cooldowns, when he can just run in, CC everybody with his ultimate, and single out 2 people, like, you're giving him the situation he wants.
It's a lot, and they're gonna lose Dragon for that. So that's 2 dragons, and we're gonna be seeing a oh, Ornn's actually might get a kill here. He's going for the charge with the Call of the Forge God. Misses the knockup. Shen's actually getting a ton of damage back. Shen's going to deal a ton of damage, but the clap comes in. It's a 1-for-1. The flash for flash. The minions are coming in. Are they going to take him out? No, Ornn's in danger. He's going to hit the Q with a taunt. Takes him out with the Shadow Dash. The minions aren't nearly good enough.
I've never been so excited for a tank fight.
Yeah, and once again, the Spectre's Cowl and the Bomby Cinder in the top lane for the
it's coming in clutch.
It's because you have the tank items. Oh, wait, no, Skarner's going to come in, land, uses the slowing smite, stuns him up
Shen's
with the...
levels up.
Yep,
he has a big mini wave. He has a big mini wave.
Yeah, Skarner's not dealing any damage. This man is a negative damage dealing champion. Yep, that's Victor flashing in, going for the laser. The shield and the flash will keep Skarner safe for right now. Cherry Pops hanging around. Considering something, Zilean is roaming up. Ornn will be returning to the lane. Ornn's going to TP in. It looks like they're going to try and fight this. Cherry Pops is walking in, gets a slow.
Right.
Yeah, the stun field doesn't hit anyone. They're going to try and jump out. Yep, and it's, Ornn's not doing a lot of damage. Shen ulti coming in on Speedy. Shen is also in the fight, so in danger. Here comes Skarner once again, trying to get the stun. This is actually going to might be a return kill. The Impale drags Speedy back into the enemy team, but he's going to get out, and Shen's going to take a kill. Another one. Is that going to be 3? Is he going to take 4? A quadra kill for Wiki. shredding them with his Tank Shen Bomby Cinder. Boris is making bank from this one, absolutely.
Look, okay.
Buy now, invest.
Invest in
Bomby Cinder Shen.
Invest. The stocks they're rising. Look, Ball State, we gotta talk.
Well, all right, wait, let's come on, Ball State.
Okay.
Sit down. All right.
The first few plays were understandable. You know, you're trying to make something happen. You want to make a play. But now you're behind. Why are you taking fights when you're behind?
Yeah, especially because
fights that you can't win because you're so far behind.
Especially because, like we talked about, this IU team is going to be scaling with the Victor and the Caitlyn. So
yeah, like it's not like the IU team is.
The raw multi lands is going to be a stun up. Ash is dealing not a lot of damage though, and Victor's going to just walk out under tower. Cherry pops. He's so tilted. This man is unbelievably furious, trying to punch down this robot, but he just stands there and watches. Oh no.
Oh, I'm gonna need to give Cherry a hug after that one.
Yeah, somebody help him out, please. Yep, Shelly's gonna take down this tower. Might get a second charge here. Unless Ball State makes something call. The Forge God's gonna come down. It's gonna miss. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit Karma. Knock her in the air. Make her feel excited. You know, jumping around. But another charge. That was a 2-charge Shelly in the mid lane. So.
And we're seeing a lot of good stuff.
Skarner's stepping up again, but the onslaught of shadows into the charge is going to drag him back, and Skarner's going to keep going. Ace of the hole leaves around, hits Loki Dosi. The Chaos Storm drops down, absolutely burns the enemy team here. Hecarim's in the back line. He's just going to take down Loki Dosi, and that's going to be an ace for the side of IU.
And they're going to get at least an inhibitor, and I think, that's a surrender. That's a surrender.
All right. So that will be the end of our first match between IU and Ball State University. That was a scrap for sure. That was absolutely a scrap in the sense of Ball State got scrapped, like jumped.
Let's take a step back and let's try and recognize what IU did really well. They played reactively. They knew where Ball State were going to try to make plays. They knew where Ball State wanted to play around, and they countered perfectly every single time.
Yeah, it was the IU just so smart with their map movements here on the Hecarim. There was just not a lot of vision on him, and like you said earlier, can't keep track of Hecarim. He's just going to come in and run you over, as we saw multiple times in multiple team fights. You hate to be Ash in that situation. That's
you really hate to be Ash. What can you do, right?
Oh, oh man. Well,
it's a rough game. It really is. Let's hope Ball State can bounce back, and let's hope IU can keep this momentum going.
Yeah, IU's got some crazy momentum, especially because, like we talked about, they're one of the bigger teams coming into this tournament. They're one of the better teams. So that kind of commanding, dominating lead and win is going to feel great. And they're going to feel great going into the next match. Anyways, so, yeah, I think that was exciting. That was an exciting first one.
That was a fun game to watch. It really was. Despite the expectations, it actually was an action-packed game.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head to break right now. Next up, we're gonna be seeing Purdue versus Butler as our next match. So stick around. It's gonna be an exciting one, and we're gonna see some more scrapping here at the Battle for Indiana Invitational Tournament. Thank you for watching.